Your lesson essential question is, how can I describe a character in a text? So we're going to be describing characters today, and we're going to be doing that by practicing some test questions. Remember, we describe characters through their actions, their feelings, their words, and their thoughts. We're going to read this story about a girl named Nina, and then we're going to be looking at her thoughts, words, feelings, and actions to describe her through our answer choices for test questions. So this is called singing out. Nina Martinez shut the classroom door behind her and walked down the hall. She trudged up the steps to the second floor. There was a reason why Nina felt nervous this morning. She could not believe that she had decided to try out for the talent show. She loved to sing, but she disliked singing in front of other people. Why am I doing this? Nina thought. So I'm looking at Nina's thoughts, words, feelings, and actions in paragraph 1. I see that she trudged up the steps. That tells me she kind of dragged her feet, so she's not excited. So that's an action. She feels nervous. It says she loves to sing, but she dislikes singing in front of other people. She's thinking to herself, why am I doing this? So those are her thoughts. Taking a deep breath, she pushed open the door to the auditorium and went inside. The theater was filled with laughing children. Nina saw her friends Luz and James along with a few other students from her class. The bright sunny room left no place for her to hide. A few teachers sat on folding chairs. Seeing Mrs. Brent, her music teacher, made Nina even more nervous. The teachers waited for the children to settle down. There was the stage, cold and bare. Can you identify any thoughts, words, feelings, or actions that help describe Nina in paragraph 2? You probably said that she took a deep breath. You can probably also said that seeing her teacher made her more nervous, so she's feeling more nervous. So her actions are she's taking a deep breath. Her feelings are that she's nervous. Hi, Nina, Luz called out. I didn't think you would try out for the talent show. You're usually so timid and shy in front of a group of people. So even her friend is describing her as timid and shy. Take a look at the illustration. How would you describe Nina based on the look on her face? You probably said she doesn't look happy. She does look very nervous. That's nonsense, Nina said. I'm not shy at all. Luz laughed. Yeah, right. Then she chuckled as she ran off to find a seat. Nina followed, dragging her feet. She wished she were downstairs, sitting quietly at her desk. What a mess she had gotten herself into. What mess had she gotten herself into? I see that Nina's dragging her feet, which definitely shows me her nerves. What is she thinking in this paragraph? She's thinking or wishing that she was downstairs sitting quietly at her desk instead of where she is. One by one, students got up on the stage and sang or played a musical instrument, and Nina was amazed at how confident her classmates seemed. Nina Martinez, a voice called out. It was Mrs. Brent, the music teacher. Nina jumped from her chair when she heard Mrs. Brent announce her name. Nina felt small as she walked to the enormous empty stage. It was huge. Her face was hot. Her shaking hands were as cold as ice. She fumbled with the sheet music of her favorite song. She tried to sing, but the words would not come out. Tell me about her thoughts, words, feelings, and actions in this paragraph. You might have said that she feels small. Her face was hot. What were her hands doing? They were shaking. She also fumbled with her sheet music. So this is showing me she's still very nervous. And then when she tries to sing, the words don't come out. Nina began, and then she stopped. I can't, she said softly. Close your eyes and pretend you are alone, said Mrs. Brent gently. Forget about everyone else and just sing to please yourself. So Nina says she reacts through her words, I can't. But Mrs. Brent reacts in a different way. How does she react to Nina? She speaks gently to her, right? She gives her some advice and says, just sing to please yourself. Nina felt silly, but she gave it a try. She shut her eyes and raised her voice and sang out. To Nina's surprise, her hands stopped shaking and the song poured out like honey from a jar. So, how does Nina feel at first here? Yeah, she feels silly. Now she reacts to Mrs. Brent by following her recommendation, and she does close her eyes and she sings. And then she feels surprised. So her thoughts and feelings are changing. Her hands stopped shaking. So Nina's definitely changing now. And out comes the song. She starts to sing. Nina heard Mrs. Brent clap and applaud loudly at the end of her song. That's the first time I've actually heard your voice, she said. You have such a beautiful voice. You are in the show. Nina let out a big sigh and smiled happily. Singing in front of other people wasn't so bad after all. So, tell me about Nina's thoughts, words, feelings, and actions now. You probably said she let out a big sigh and she smiled. And now she feels like singing in front of other people wasn't so bad. So Nina definitely changed throughout this story. Let's take a look at some test questions. This question has two parts. First answer part A and then answer part B. Read the sentence from the passage. Taking a deep breath, she pushed open the door of the auditorium and went inside. The theater was filled with laughing children. What does auditorium most likely mean? A friendly open person, a small space in a house, a room for performances, or a pantry for food. Okay, we're looking for context clues, clues that give away the meaning of a word. So we need to know what auditorium means. Well, I'm looking at this and I see that it has a door. And then over here it says the theater was filled with laughing children. Okay, so could it be a friendly open person? People don't have doors. How about a small space in a house? Well, it could be because houses have doors. Some houses have theaters. A room for performances. Okay, it could also be a room for performances. A pantry for food? No. A pantry for food would have a door, but it can't be filled with laughing children. Okay, so it leaves me with a small space in a house and a room for performances. I see the word theater here, and a room for performances just makes the most sense with that word theater. So I eliminated answer choices that I knew were wrong to finally come to a conclusion of what my answer was. Which word from the sentence helped you understand what auditorium meant? Breath? No. Door? Kind of. Theater? Yes, theater really helped us. Laughing? No. So between door and theater, I know I used them both, but theater was what really helped give away the meaning. You're going to be answering questions like this week, so I wanted to give you a good idea of some strategies that would help you, like eliminating answers you know are wrong. Why does Nina feel nervous for the first time she tries to sing? A. She does not get along with Mrs. Brent. B. She cannot remember the words to her song. C. She cannot see the words on her music sheet. Or D. She does not like to perform in front of people. Okay, let's go back to where Nina starts to sing. Well, I know over here it says she loves to sing but dislikes singing in front of people. Okay, then she goes in. She walks up to the stage. Nina jumped from her chair when she heard Mrs. Brent announce her name. Nina felt small as she walked the enormous empty stage. It was huge. Her face was hot and her shaking hands were as cold as ice. She fumbled with her sheet music of her favorite song. She tried to sing, but the words would not come out. Nina began and then stopped. I can't, she said softly. Going back to the question, so we look back at our text. Why does she feel nervous? She does not get along with Mrs. Brent? No, it doesn't say anything about that, and Mrs. Brent was very kind to her. She cannot remember the words to the song? Well, it said she was fumbling with her sheet music, but it didn't say that she didn't remember. It just said the words wouldn't come out, and it is her favorite song. She cannot see the words to the sheet music? It didn't say that. She does not like to perform in front of people? We did see that in the text. So we know that's what's making her nervous, because the whole text was talking about it. So what text evidence shows why Nina feels nervous? We actually underlined it earlier when we were reading it. She loved to sing, but she disliked singing in front of other people. That's what we underlined, so I think that's the answer, but let's look at all of our choices. She fumbled with the sheet music of her favorite song. Well, we know she fumbled with it, but that doesn't mean that's why she's nervous. She tried to sing, but the words would not come out. Again, that doesn't tell us why she's nervous. Nina jumped from her chair when she heard Mrs. Brent announce her name. Again, that shows she's nervous, but it doesn't tell us why. So we eliminated answer choices we knew were wrong so that we could verify that this really was the answer. This question you're going to be answering on your own today to practice. And there's another question for you to answer too. So you're going to be practicing 2 test-taking questions today.